What is this? Wants me to log back in. That's weird. This is tedious. Okay. Trying to get this started. There, hey, look at that. Share. Oh, and of course my washing machine. Share to your profile. Okay. All right. Wait, what does that say? Sean White has shared your stream. Yes, I have. Okay, so we're logged into Facebook. I see my my face. Okay. Let's see here. Let me make sure that I got this up and running. All right, if you're on TikTok watching, please let me know if I am lagging. I've got some issues lately. I might have to move. What I have is a Wi-Fi extender down here in the basement, and I might have to move the whole thing. But tonight we're trying the phone out in a different location. See if that cures what was going on last night. Okay. So what we're working on is this jelly cube. And trying to get it so that we use up all of these titanium rings. How is everyone tonight? What's going on? What are you guys up to? That's weird. Okay, now we can get started. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sean. I run mailworks.com, where I sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories. I should actually see here. Yeah, okay, you can see me on there. I'm knitting. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so my name's Sean. I run mailworks.com, and I sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories, and I make chainmail. I've been doing this for 27 years. Thank you for joining us. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. I spent the day chilling, playing Tears of the Kingdom most of the day, because I did not want to do anything today. So it was nice. Get an opportunity to just hang out around the house with the family. Now this cube, for some reason it's a little wonky. I don't know why. It just is. I think that I added too many rings at some point. But I could take the cube apart and try to find where I put those rings in, or we can just keep going. And since we're getting the what do you call it? Since we are using up rings that we can't use for anything else other than little odd projects around the basement. Okay, hey, look at that. Look above my head. The Chatbox is working. It's nice to do nothing but hang out sometimes. Yeah. Hey, today I see your message in your other window. Yay! So that was one of the things we discovered last night that was not working. Was the chat box. And I went and I Googled how to add a chat box so that everyone could see everyone's comments, right? And it was exactly as I had done it. It was the same video I had watched before. So I don't know why it wasn't working previously. Welding, so only listening in mostly tonight. That's all right, John. How are you? And Thorin, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce your last name there. Yeah, woo, it works. Give a Macho Man, Randy Savage. Woo! I don't want to be too loud with that because sometimes people wear headphones and I don't want to be screaming in their ear. But yes, it works. Other people can see who is saying what, except for people on TikTok. They cannot see. I'm going to have to figure out like a follower campaign, because I verified today I will not be able to get access to the TikTok live studio so that I can set up my videos using Streamlabs or OBS or the TikTok live studio until I have 10,000 followers. So if you're on TikTok and watching and you love chainmail or even just a slight fondness for medieval things, hit the follow button. And I promise, as soon as we hit 10,000 followers, we will get to better video quality for people on that platform. And it's mind-numbingly frustrating because everywhere you go, it says, "Oh, you only need 1,000 followers to go live." 1,000 followers to go live. Okay, you can go live, but like I'm doing now. And if you're watching on TikTok, please let me know if we are lagging at all. I don't want to move my whole desk just to get access to Wi-Fi. I would think that the Wi-Fi extender, moving that should allow for me to be able to stream on my phone from this corner of the basement that I'm in. Right, so I'm hoping that this setup works for now. And then if that doesn't work, then I'm hoping I can just move the Wi-Fi extender. And then if that doesn't work, I don't know what, I really don't want to move my whole desk just to get Wi-Fi access so I can stream on my phone. So, got to get it figured out. But we're kind of back up and running. We're making chainmail, we're streaming, we're designing new products. So I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm using up all my excess rings in the basement here. So that's the best part. Because once I get done with using up all the rings down here, and there's a lot of cool projects that I'm working on or going to be working on, right? But once I get done using up the rings down here, I will be able to order rings for specific purposes. Instead of having all these random sizes with no plan for them, like I do right now. But we'll get there. So like I said, today I was busy playing Tears of the Kingdom. It's really the only video game I've dedicated any significant amount of time to over the last several decades, right? I think the last video game I played heavily was Tony Hawk Pro Skater Underground something. Like the second one on PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, whichever it was. And that was to pass the time while I was in Iraq. That wasn't really a game that I played out of... I mean, it was enjoyable, right? I had a lot of fun. It's a fun game. That and Halo 2. We played a lot of that out there. A bunch of guys had their Xboxes networked and all the wires strung from building to building through our barracks. We played a lot of Halo 2. And a lot of Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, Pro Underground, whatever, right? And since then, I can't... Oh, you know what? I did play Fable a lot. Which I heard they're making a fourth one. Right? Fable 2, Fable 3. And then the fourth one's supposed to come out? I don't know. I think it's the fourth one for whatever version of the Xbox is out now. I'm not even sure. But I think that if I did, or if they did make a Fable 4, I would probably go and buy the new Xbox just to play that one game. Just because I did enjoy playing through all those Fables. But that was really, really it. I've seen people playing Witcher and Skyrim and Elden Ring, and I never played any of those. Finally, I got Tears of the Kingdom, and I really enjoyed that. I'm almost through it. I'm going to continue to upgrade my armor, and then I'm going to go fight the bad guy. I've done all the missions. I've done all of the side quests. Like, literally the last thing is for me to go and fight the main dude. I missed what that said. We got a notification up and I missed it. I think I can time those to be a little bit longer. Set the time rate for them. Alrighty. Is that working? Yeah, it's working. Let's see here. Hang on. Where was I on here? Did I finish all the rows? Okay. How's everybody else's weekend going? We're doing okay out here. I've got some new neighbors. I have a bunch of new neighbors. When we moved in, there are a couple houses where I never met the people who live there, and then they moved, and the new people that moved in, I never met them either. And the house that we did end up meeting, the house across the street, right? Nice people. But the people that have moved in have two sons that drive, who insist on parking right in front of my house. And so far they blocked access to the neighbor's mailbox, so they didn't get mail for 2 days. And where I put my trash cans out for trash pickup, right? The kid like parks right there, just on the edge of my driveway. And it's like, I don't understand people who move into a neighborhood and park in front of other people's houses. Like, is that just me? I don't think it's just me. I think it's pretty normal to park in front of your own house. I could be wrong. So we waited until they moved, and then we parked our cars in front of the house and pulled our other vehicles out of the driveway or out of the garage. And it's like, get a clue, you know? Because they've got, if there was like no parking on the street, it's one thing, right? But they have a 5-car, like a 2-car garage and 3-car driveway. And then, you know, the whole front of their house is empty. It's devoid of vehicles. So there's no reason they can't park there. I don't see why they're parking right next to my driveway and getting in my way of pulling in and out of my driveway and putting my trash cans out and getting my mail delivered. So that's been a fun game we've had this week. All right. Where are we at here? Okay. If you're watching on TikTok, can you let me know if there's any lag or anything? That's kind of why I went live tonight. To see if this phone position works. All right. What is everybody else working on? John said he was welding stuff. I have a welding project coming up. I think I was talking about it last night. There is an archer who destroys medieval armor with his war bows, and they're like 135, 165, and 180 pound war bows. And these giant arrows, like ballista arrows that he shoots at medieval stuff, medieval armor stuff. And he's torn through a lot. He's torn through a loon of Chun Moon. He's torn through a lot of chainmail. Sorry, I know words. So I want to make up a sheet of solid and welded rings for him to fire at and see if we can't get something that is strong as compared to he's tried riveted chainmail and butted chainmail. So let's send him some chainmail sheets made of split rings and another sheet of solid rings and welded rings, and we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to use like 14 gauge square wire. It's like the thickest. Words are hard. Words are hard. You're not noticing any? It was real bad yesterday. I've moved my phone a whole 2 feet. So thank you, Jeep and Jamber, for your input. I also adjusted the antennae on the Wi-Fi extender. That is good. It is good if it works. And we'll just keep my phone stand on this left-hand side here. See if we can't make a somewhat quality stream, right? So I remember when I first started streaming, I had my laptop, and all I had was the front facing webcam to stream from, and I would angle down the screen so that you could see my hands. And I had this what's the light gauges? It's like daylight, soft light, medium light. I don't know. But I had this lamp as the main light source down here, and it was like very soft, dull light. So it's difficult to see. Camera angles were horrible, but I'm on 3 other platforms right now with 2 different cameras that I'm working with, and it's some LED lighting. It's definitely improved. Sarah Casey has liked the stream. Thank you, Sarah. Jazz followed the host. Oh, thank you, Jazz. One more on our way to 10,000. Okay. Oh, so where was I? Yeah, so I started out just going with what I had and making it work. And it was terrible, right? But a few people popped in and joined and said hello. And eventually I was able to get better equipment, better lighting for all of the YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook platforms. And we will get Twitch up to par. We'll get it up to snuff at some point. The more I stream and the more I make videos, the more followers I seem to get. I think I'm at like 1,200 on TikTok. So that's only 8,800 to go before TikTok will let me use their live studio. Not bad. I think I average about 1 new follow a day. Today's was Jazz. So only 8,700 or 87, only 8,799 more days until we'll have 10,000 followers. What is that, 40 years? 8,799. I don't want to know. I think I do average on some days. If I have like for some reason, and I think this is just the TikTok algorithm, I'll get the low quality video I put out, and I'll get like 4 or 5 followers on this one video with poor image quality. And then if there's a video I work on, like nobody will see it. And I think that's common to a lot of creators. I don't think I'm alone in that, but I just think it's funny. And I'm tempted to just put out like low quality videos all the time. But I'm so bad at creating content that I have to just go for it. And I can't create low quality stuff on purpose. That's how inept I am at creating content. So whenever I try, right, the videos always come out mediocre or okay, sometimes even good. But if I were to try for these like low quality videos that seem to gain the most attention, I don't know. I don't think it would work. It would stop working, is basically what I'm saying. So, excuse me. But speaking of videos, I do have some more. What do you call it? I had a video where I was talking about this tapestry. It's down in my timeline somewhere. you should go check it out. It's a tapestry of 400,000 rings. And it's single-handedly the most badass piece of chainmail art I've ever seen. Right? The amount of prep work and planning that went into it is insane. I have a hard time doing any kind of prep work or planning. And so just the thought of doing it on that scale is mind-blowing to me. But there are other mind-blowing chainmail projects out there. I'm going to make some more videos on those, because one of the things about the chainmail community is that we're kind of known to each other, right? And not so much to anybody else. So there are people who deserve fame and fortune, who have accomplished great feats of artistry, and you know, I want to share them with you because what they've done is awesome. And so I do have some more of those style videos coming. I kind of run out of things to talk about when it comes to things that are made of chainmail. Like lunar wheels and shark suits are cool. They don't get me wrong. But like one video every now and then about them is enough, I think. I am going to make a video about chainmail pot scrubbers. What I'd like to do is order a bunch and like compare and contrast them. But I don't have that kind of funding. Yeah. Someone's calling me for me upstairs. What time is it? 9:30. Son doesn't have to go to bed. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, alright, where was I? Want to share chainmail artists who should be famous with the world. And then I want to share cool things that are made from chainmail to other people who might not know. It's interesting how much stuff is actually being made with chainmail at this point. People just keep finding new applications for it, like the whole Cane Mail. Cane is, I forget his first name. He worked on the set of Lord of the Rings and then went off and started his own. I don't know what the process is called, but it's some kind of plastic manufacturing where they make large sheets of plastic chainmail for solar protection for large buildings. And then the other one was a chainmail fence made to protect roadways from like rock falls and stuff. It's like this stuff is 2,000 years old. And yeah, it used to protect people. Like that was the point of it as you wore it, and now it's like, oh, we can use this in industrial applications too. So that's cool to see. If you guys have never checked out, what is the name of the business? It's called, Shoot. Bang. Mailtech. Mailletech. And they provide the chainmail for the Neptunic shark suits. But they do some cool stuff like chainmail curtains, chainmail chandeliers, chainmail pillow covers. I want those. I have some couch pillows down here in the basement, and it's like, what would be more perfect? What item could be more perfect than some chainmail pillow covers for my couch? All right. Good Lord. I might need new pliers. How are these holding up? So, if you look at that line, a lot of times, on a lot of other pliers where those two jaws meet, those are kind of, right here. They're not quite closed, so I would like them to be. So I think, they're designed this way, but they're not gripping like they were when I first got them. What kind of clasp is your bracelet? This is just a buckle clasp, a toggle clasp, what do you call that? It's some type of nautical clasp, right? You pull that spring and it opens up. And this one's on a buckle clasp as well. And I made this one with the skull and crossbones, and then this one with the triquetras on it. The King Vipera Barus I got from, I don't remember her business name. Excuse me, I'd have to look it up. And then this one I got from her as well. Oh, I hear my kids screaming. Sounds like someone is about to get their butt beat. Usually he starts losing his mind about video games and going to bed and starts fighting with people. But yeah, so I've made 2 of my bracelets, and then I bought 2. I have, ow, good Lord. Ow. Am I bleeding? Am I bleeding? I am, but it's not that bad. Ow. Tis but a scratch. I just jammed my pliers. This ring just straight up broke. You can see those 2 pieces there. Right here. One of them just got jammed into my hand. But I'm a nurse. I know what to do when people are bleeding. Alright. So. Whoa, what happened? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. I just had it. Did it fall? Oh, there it is. Okay. Got both pieces. I don't want to lose either piece because these are small enough that I don't want them in my carpet accidentally getting into my foot. All right, the blood sacrifice has been made. We should have a plentiful harvest this year, or whatever that means. All right. Okay. Alrighty. Come on. Yeah, so that is a hazard that comes along with any ring material. I've had steel break, I've had titanium break. I'm trying to think if I've ever had aluminum break like that. And maybe it'll be a ring with like a hairline fracture in it, and you'll bend it and try to weave it, and then next thing you know, you're stabbing yourself in the palm of your hand on accident. I'd rather be injured by having a ring break than by pliers slipping off a ring, or just inattentiveness and clumsiness. So I think we're only going to be able to finish up this one row I was working on last night. Back when I was streaming routinely, right? You know, I was only working on projects like an hour a day, because that's all I had time for. But now I have more free time. All my time is free time. So I can, as I was saying last night, I do want to stream more. I'm not going to commit myself to a dedicated streaming schedule, but usually in the evenings works, and many times during the day works. So projects should not take as long because I have more time to work on them. But some of those projects, I have them all documented out on YouTube. And they took forever. Just because I was only working on them like an hour a night. So I feel like I'm making more progress than I was before, and that's a good thing. I do want to make another video on, what do you call it? The, actually, guys who try to tell other people that, you know, chainmail's not the right word, or, it's not real chainmail, right? Do you want to make a video about that? Because I have been in some discussions, and let me tell you, there are some people who are dedicated to the belief that what I'm doing, it's not real and it doesn't count. All right, my kid's screaming and I can hear him. Oh my! I'm gonna beat him. Don't worry, I won't harm my child, but where are we at here? Yeah, we're doing okay. But he will be warned. I think there have been videos where he's yelled so loud at whatever game he was playing or whatever fight he was getting into with his mom. There are videos where he has been picked up by the microphone down here in the basement. He can get pretty obnoxiously loud sometimes. So it sounds like he needs some parental correction. Oh, you want to hear a horror story? Something I found out the other day. I'm assuming most people here have made chainmail before, or are familiar with businesses like the Ring Lord. And I haven't been active on social media much beyond the occasional glancing at it in the past, I don't know, year to 18 months or so since I stopped streaming before. And in that time, from when I stopped streaming 18 months ago or so to now, the Ring Lord has completely redone their website, right? And part of that was getting rid of the Ring Lord forum, which was a 30 to 35-year-old repository of information that different chainmail artists had contributed to over a number of years. And when I found that out, that they had removed it, I didn't know how to feel. I was shocked. I was like, I thought surely they wouldn't do that. And I was very, very wrong. They did do that, and they're not going to put it back. So now I'm just appalled that they removed it. I don't understand the thought process behind doing that. Even the Male Artisans International League, right? That's a huge resource. Oh, wow. I screwed that ring up. Huge resource for people. The site's broken. The people who run it say it's not going to get fixed. They're not willing to fix it, and they're not willing to hand it off onto someone else. So it's just going to stay the way it is for forever. And that's fine with me. They haven't taken it down, right? They haven't destroyed this just enormous repository of information. This well of information, is that the term? Is a fountain of information? It's going to stay somewhat useful while broken. And I'm okay with that. I don't want them to destroy that. It's probably because they want to buy their tutorials and such. I'm sure that they are going to try and make a business decision out of it. Right? But that's a terrible idea. To do it just for that. Right? There are far better sites to get tutorials from, for starters. And I know that they were looking for people to collaborate with for little kit projects. Not something I'd be willing to do with them, just because ever since the original owners left, they haven't had the same ring quality, and a lot of stuff that I make has been aspect ratio sensitive, and I had to. That's part of the reason why these are the Ring Lord rings, right? And the anodization did not hold while I was originally weaving it. These were all supposed to be little earrings. And so I couldn't use them because the color was coming off like a third of the way around the ring. And that is not okay, right? And they look like this now because I did try to remove the rest of the color and it didn't quite work. But they were looking for people to design kits for them. And I was like, they haven't had the ring quality with which to do accurate kits in a while. So they've made a commitment to having better ring quality. So good for them. I hope that works out. I hope whoever made the decision to delete the Ring Lord forum stubs their toe every night. I don't know, I can't fathom. It's like, okay. There's people who, like, I gotta stop saying like. I've said like 500 times, and I'm sorry to all my listeners. The people who get upset about the burning of the Library of Alexandria, right? And it was a massive loss of information. Right, okay, but you weren't alive at that time, and don't let that define the rest of your life, That's how I feel usually when I hear people pining away about that. That's kind of how I feel about the removal of the Ring Lord forum. Right? It just seems senseless to have done that. Oh wow, I tried to close that ring, and that is the worst closure. Not the worst closure I've ever seen. I've done worse, but that was pretty bad. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So, I found out about the forum just, I don't know, a couple months ago. I fail to understand why they would do that. But there are other forums out there. And it kind of makes me glad I put the Mailworks app together, because that has a multitude of websites and resources for people. May whoever deleted the forum have forever sticky hands and that there's no temporary relief to said stickiness. Yes, 100%. That's funny. But there are, like I said, there are other resources out there, and people keep making more, so I don't foresee any significant like specific knowledge being lost. Just, what do you call it? Maybe some general info, I'm hoping. Alright, where are we at here? It's 9:52 my time. We finished the last row. And once I finish this new row up, we'll be at a 6x6. And then once we get all the rings on here, we'll try and anodize it. And we'll see what happens. Should be fun. It might work, it might not, I don't know. Alright. I'm going to add these last 2 rings, and then we're going to be calling it a night. Gotta go make sure my kid gets in bed. And then remind him why we don't scream. Unless there's like a reason to scream. Ugh, okay. The shortcut keys on my number pad on my keyboard, I keep hitting the wrong ones and it flashes like this. So I'm learning them. So for everyone on TikTok, I do appreciate you hanging out. Right, I know the view kind of sucks from there, but we are on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, all under the same name. If you want to join us over there to get a better view and see other people commenting. Once I hit 10,000 followers, I can use the TikTok Live Studio. So follow along, join us, become a member of the proverbial chain gang, and learn how to make chainmail and appreciate its artistry. For everyone on, I think everyone's probably on Facebook or YouTube. So thank you for hanging out. The chat box does seem to be working, so appreciate you joining me and testing that out. I think that we're good to do routine streaming, so I'll figure out like what schedule that's going to look like. And then I will, I didn't have the music on this whole time. I wonder what happened. Huh. Wait, can you guys hear music? No. Okay. Oh, man. You guys had to listen to my voice for almost a whole hour? And you stuck around? You're crazier than I am. Alright, next time we'll have music, and we'll keep trying to make this stream better. I mentioned last night, home safe jumpy flame thingies that go off in the background every time somebody likes the video or something. I don't know. We'll try and figure out something cool, like the RGB LEDs going behind the screen. I just can look at what other streamers do and try and implement those cool things they do with my own flair. So if you guys have great ideas for how to help me improve my stream, by all means let me know. And in the meantime, I will keep working on this cube, and I will talk to all of you guys later. You all have